unless you got God on your side.
So tell me this. So yo, everybody know I got the Irene interview, and I got 3 more powerful interviews. I really want to drop them and leave this shit alone. But my life been threatened numerous times. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't drop this shit. If you drop it, you put the hotel in danger. All type of other shit. I don't even talk about it. I just stay with the rappers now. But should I just drop it and say fuck what everybody got to say?
Man, I'm going to leave it up to you, man. What you need to do, don't ask me, man. You need to go into prayer, man. You need to ask the universal Most High God what you should do. Because when you playing with this type of stuff, if you ain't ready for spiritual warfare, don't even go in this direction. Because all wars ain't physical. All wars ain't physical, man. Everybody want to talk about what happened, but nobody talks about God, the real God. Nobody talks about him, man. But it came to a point in my life I had to face up and say, yo, you know what? God real, and his word is real. And that's when we leave God out the equation, that's when we fall short. For real, bro. This shit right here is deep, bro. These people been running the world, man, before we even came here, man. They in every city, and they in every fucking town.
What is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, man, so y'all already know what's going on. Alright, y'all. Now, check this out. To my surprise. So y'all remember in yesterday's video, right? I said the whole Celeste situation had reminded me of Kenneka Jenkins. Now, you know the phone be listening to you. So I'm scrolling on TikTok, right? And boom, stuff started popping up about Kenneka Jenkins' mom. And I said, ain't nobody been talking about the Kenneka Jenkins case. There's maybe like 1 or 2 channels that consistently still post about her. So I said, what is this? So I went to look up Kenneka Jenkins' mom, recent stuff. And turns out she just made a Facebook post talking about her settlement and how she took the money to be quiet about her daughter's death. Now, my mind was damn near completely blown because I had just brought up Kenneka Jenkins. And not even 4 hours later, I come across clips of the mom recently talking. Now, this is the post. We can start the video off, and I'll read this real quick. And we're going to get into the settlement. We're going to get into a couple of clips of people talking about it because a lot of accounts, anything new comes out about this case, people are going to talk about it immediately. That's why I started the video with that Zach TV clip, because y'all remember everything. I did like 2 videos about Zach TV. Y'all remember everything that he got into, right? The case was either a complete psyop or is a free Masonic ritual. There's nothing in between. Completely fake, or it was a free Masonic ritual. We already know the mom was an Eastern Star. We already know she popped up with the blonde hair, doing all the purple after the supposed death, right? Now, this is what she said. She said, to whom this may concern, I still don't know what happened to my child's life. Clothes, shoes, cell phone, hair, and the list goes on. I have been promised lies, as if once this case is over, I was forced to never talk about my child again. As you can see, over the years, I wasn't as near as vocal as I am today. So after this post, I might be back in court, but I will be getting sued because I was tricked by they will get me answers. Give me her clothes and her cell phone and anything that belongs to her when she died that was on her body. That was a lie. Once they finished investigation, allegedly people I trusted. Some of this stuff don't make sense. They told me that somehow Kay got out the back door. I never heard how which door could get out, but they never told me how or where. Allegedly, they never told the media. That's why I know the media will lie, allegedly, so I can invite any of you to go. I was in pain going through my cancer battles. They forced us, had us in rooms for hours, and would not let us go until we said what they wanted us to say. They made us accept what they wanted to give us. I'm literally living without my child, and I'm rising above, staying strong, and holding on to hope, even without you. P.S. I was made to do a recorded video hours after we were held during one of my child's birthdays. At the same time, I was sitting in a meeting about another child who wasn't even living. I had nothing to give my baby that day, but I knew a surprise was waiting once we left that meeting. Before the rain came hard, I've stayed quiet long enough, but at this point, I'm simply speaking my truth. And then she said, now let's make Americans great. Purple Hearts.
I said, don't fear. I'm about to go to jail for you if I need to. I have a mic on my thing. I said, whatever happens, we doing this together for Kenneka. And if I lose my life or I go to jail, I'm okay with it. That's how much I believed in this corny ass shit. We was about to move the mountain. And as we began to walk, Teresa said out of her mouth to me, because I will never forget her words, peoples are going to get hurt. I know what happened with my baby. And if I let you do this, they going to be mad at me. And I looked at her and I said, you know what happened to your baby? Why didn't you tell me? I said, Teresa, stay back, fall back. And she had people who were standing with her, and I went up to that line, and that video clip that I just showed you is the moment I started cussing out the police. But my mind was still trying to process what the woman just said. So I'm cussing them out, but I wasn't going to now try to fight the line because she said turn around. But I'm like, this is what we needed. This the moment. And they cannot do nothing to us because this is under the Constitution. We can walk down here and we got the manpower. I went back to Teresa Martin, going down memory lane. And I said to her, I said, Teresa, who is the they going to be mad at you? And why do you care? We want them mad. And she looked at me. And it was a look in her face like, I got to figure this out. I got to stop you. And I looked at her. And I was like, it's okay. Don't be afraid. And she was like, we just need to go back. We just need to go back. I want peace. I want peace. And she began to say, but God, but God, but God. I just want peace. I just want peace. And I said, Teresa, who are they? Why do you care? And we may never get this moment again. We are about to crack this city's wall. That's what I said. She said, we just need to go back. If I would have known what I know now, I would have walked Teresa Martin ass to that line of cops. I would have stood next to her and I would have told everybody in the public, Teresa Martin is looking for a way out. She has already made her deal. Now, that's what I would have did if I would have known, but I didn't know. So we went back, we finished protesting, we escorted her to her car. Not too much later, she would be online calling off the protest.
So, I'm confused. I'm confused. Let's get into some stuff because, like, I've been reading a lot of comments. It sounds like that money done ran out, or she just being told we keeping this rabbit hole going as long as we can. Like I said, it's either all fake, and there was never a Kenneka Jenkins. That name was just made up, because remember Kendrick Johnson. Remember that K and that J. I think it was all connected. Not saying that a murder here in Georgia with the two white boys and Kenneka Jenkins, like as in it was a connected case. I'm just saying the names being so similar, it all seemed orchestrated, if you get what I'm trying to say. But either a psyop or a Freemasonic ritual, nothing in between. All right. And this, but before I keep going, I just thought it was interesting to hear some other people's take. All right. Check this out.
I like what I'm finna say, but the truth ain't never been scared of a lie. Kenneka Jenkins' mother sold her soul for that $3.7 million. It is no way, no amount of money, none could make me turn my back on my child. If my child was taken off this earth in a way that wasn't intended for her, I need them answers. She had the whole world behind her. The whole world. People lost their life trying to find out the truth for you. Those demons are eating her up. Kenneka Jenkins' memories, the memories of her child, are eating her alive. She probably can't sleep at night. She can't eat. They didn't force you. The devil always give you a choice. He have to give you a choice. It's written in spiritual law. He just knew what your soul really wanted. You didn't value your daughter's life. You valued money. They would have had to take me out. You get what I'm saying? Especially if people that was riding for her got their life took in the process. You can't expect sympathy from the same people that you told to leave it alone. You begged us to leave it alone after you got what your soul really wanted, and that's that 3.7 million. The devil knew she valued money over her child, bro. And that's exactly what he used to tempt her. And we all know, once you sell your soul, bro, it's gonna be hard to get it back, if you can get it back.
Now, ain't that the truth? One of the most important parts about that clip was all the people in the world who was investigating this case. One of the biggest murder mysteries I have ever seen on the internet. Y'all remember, we even talked about murder mystery theater, murder mystery companies that are based in Chicago, New York. I think there's one here in Atlanta. We talked about the theories of it being created, like the entire Kenneka Jenkins case being a legitimate murder mystery that was written. We talked about that. I don't know if y'all remember that video, but there are literal murder mystery, like theater, basically, where people go and watch murder mysteries that are written. So many different theories to try and crack this case. I remember the one thing I used to always say: cases like this were never meant to be solved. And that's what made me believe it was a real murder mystery that was written, that was completely fake, because it was never meant to be solved. They gave us something knowing it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be justice to the public. Like, it's like, okay, we're going to give them that her cause of death was walking in the freezer and she froze and, yeah. It's like, they know you're not going to accept that. Doesn't matter that it's closed. No one is responsible. No single person. Yeah, the mom seeked out $50 million in damages, but only ended up getting 10. Lawyers got 3.5. Other family members got 2.7. The mom got 3.7 herself in a wrongful death lawsuit. But now she's coming out saying that that money was supposed hush money. It was shut you up money. Don't say anything. Don't contest this money. That's supposedly what it was. And who really knows? I mean, unless, people in Chicago can vouch that she got that money, she moved out the hood, she started living better. I mean, we ain't see that money hit her account. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying, oh, the money running out. I really like that clip about, her giving up her soul. for 3.7 million and basically forgetting about her daughter. And a lot of the clips on TikTok is like, no amount of money, would suffice for me not wanting to know the truth about my daughter. Like, why is the mom coming out and saying this now? Basically, a full 2 years after the settlement. Why would you come out now and talk about that? You were silenced. You were basically, forced to take what they wanted to give y'all in order to stay silent. I mean, if you want to believe the whole Kenneka Jenkins thing is real to begin with, and she really lost her daughter, then it's like, yeah, you gave up your essence, you gave up your soul for that money, and you shut quiet. You didn't give a damn about the truth because your daughter gone. You got over $3 million. You feel like you hit the jackpot in life. I mean, that money is powerful. What they say, that love of that money is powerful. And when it's in your heart and that's your desires, like, the devil gonna give it to you, but it's gonna come at a cost, especially when you're getting it that way. But, a part of me, it's really hard to believe the case. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to believe that it wasn't completely orchestrated, that it wasn't a ritual. It's hard to believe that, the girl even exists in the first place. It's hard to believe that she really died. It's hard to believe anything about the case, even with Zach TV. We dug deep into Zach TV's death. A lot of people see his death as being the result of the Kenneka Jenkins case. That's why people were saying, like, people had your back. People lost their life over this case. But, there's also very well documented, articles and stuff on the guys who actually killed Zach TV, and why he was killed. We went over that as well. I got that video where we fully break down what we thought, Zach TV death was. We went over the article of the exact guys who killed him, who were caught for it, who were released. Some of them, if not all of them, were released. But I think a couple of them are dead now as well. I think like 2 of them ended up getting killed. But they were released under some kind of law. Some kind of law, I can't remember what it was, but all that stuff was questionable. There was damn near, a very good chance Zach TV was not killed because of this case. If you really dig deep into it, there's a very good chance he was not killed because of Kenneka Jenkins. A lot of people don't know that. They just tie it together and think Zach TV, because of all the exposing that he was doing around the case, that, his death was directly related. But there's a chance that it wasn't. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I have a hard time believing, the name Kenneka Jenkins is even attached to a real person. I don't know, y'all. This case has been such a mystery since day one that there's no definitive answer to anything. I don't care what nobody say. Whatever you think you know, whatever you think you found, you don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. There's no real answer. There's just no real answer. And I think that's all I'm gonna end it with. I just wanted to get on here and talk about this because she literally just posted that a couple, maybe 2 days ago from when I'm recording this. And yeah, man, I thought y'all would, definitely like this one. Y'all do me a favor. Run the likes up on this video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, man. We'll be back with another video tomorrow. With that being said, y'all, Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.